Look at me now, standing tall and confident before you. However, 8 years ago, before I ever stepped through the doors of the Boys and Girls Club, I was an emotionally fragile and insecure child, affected by his past and unaware of the outcome of his future. Imagine a 9-year-old kid standing 3 steps away from the doors of opportunity, overwhelmed by a variety of mixed emotions as he is faced with the option to either proceed to change or return back to the familiar. I was this small child with an undeniably big decision to battle his emotions and step forward into a life-changing future. It might have been only 10 seconds at the most, but to me, the 3-step journey felt like hours to complete. As I took the first step, the factor of fear gripped me. As a child, I was overly sheltered by my parents. This may seem like a bad thing, but they had every reason to be because of my past sufferings. As an infant, I was diagnosed with several malignant illnesses, some of which include suffering severe asthma attacks, battling ear infections, and struggling to breathe on a daily basis. With this running through my mind, I thought that if I were to walk through those doors, then I wouldn't have my parents to be there with me, which was the crutch that I was always accustomed to. Although being fearful, I took another step forward, which was accompanied with the feeling of being alone. Though my parents were patiently waiting in the car behind me to see if I would go in or not, with this second step of progression, I could no longer feel their embracing comfort around me, foreshadowing how it would feel beyond those doors. I didn't have many friends, as I was too timid and apprehensive to initiate contact and make it. It also didn't help that I was an only child, though I was originally supposed to be the youngest of 5. Before my birth, my mother had triplets that died as soon as they were born, and 1 miscarriage. With all of this running through my mind, I undoubtedly knew that I had no friends waiting for me beyond those doors, and I was almost certain that I would be left alone and isolated. Though somehow, I still took another step forward. With the 3rd step came the final constituent, the awakening. This was by far the most intimidating factor for me, for I knew that once I entered those 2 blue doors, that there would be no turning back. I was fearful, for I was unaware of what the future would hold, and I was giving up my current disposition for the unknown. Now I was just standing there, frozen by my simultaneous emotions like a statue. It took everything that I had within me, but somehow I mustered up enough courage and strength to reach for the door and begin to open it. Then, suddenly, for a split second, everything went blank and silence filled my surroundings. The only sound heard was the thumping of my heartbeat. Boom, 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 boom. However, as I entered the building, the sudden rush of noise, commotion, and activity hit me like a gust of wind. Almost instantly, I was taken on a quick tour of the club, abandoning the many children and objects that surrounded me along the way, and dropped off in the midst of everything to further explore. I saw no familiar faces, but to my surprise, the kids were eager to meet and play with me. I couldn't believe it. Kids actually wanted to meet me, a person that I really didn't think was interesting at all. It was then that I knew, deep down inside, that I had made the correct decision, and that this experience would change my life forever. As I continued to go to the club, year after year, people began to notice a gradual but significant change in my overall disposition, transforming my once infantile characteristics into more dominant leadership traits. Each area of the club helped develop a specific part of my personality. The gym, it helped develop my athletic abilities. The game and media room, it helped me establish stronger relationships with other kids as we engaged in various activities. The homework room, it made education a main priority and gave me the tools necessary to succeed. The computer lab, it expounded my knowledge on technology and how to utilize the internet as a valuable resource. The art room, it helped boost my creativity. And finally, as I got older, the team room put me around other teenagers such as myself and taught us how to be positive role models for the younger ones, as well as ultimately becoming leaders in everything that we do. As I grew and began to mature in this type of environment, I started to realize what a leader truly was as more and more kids began to look up to me. A leader is not weighted by a person's social status, the amount of money that they possess, nor their level of education. These are just the stereotypes and clouded images of false leaders created by modern society. In my opinion, a true leader is signified not just by their personal success and achievements, but also by what they have done to guide, help, and encourage others to succeed along their path. Imagine a conductor of an orchestra. He or she is not heard by the audience when the band is playing, yet The beautiful melodies that the band produces wouldn't have been possible if the conductor had not been orchestrating each section to perform in unison with one another. Thus, by assisting and highlighting others, the conductor is fulfilling his or her job. This is the attitude that I have and how I see myself as an established role model and leader in the club. The Boys and Girls Club helped me in a variety of ways, from expanding my limited boundaries by interacting with kids from a variety of different backgrounds, races, and ethnicities, to realizing the importance of cooperation and how it applies to amusement as well as life itself. Now that I've been a member for 8 years, the club helped mold me into a conductor by expanding my charisma in the areas of social conformity, trust, and teamwork, as well as leadership. This allows me to now do my job as a leader by guiding other kids into the right direction and highlighting their achievements as I continue to develop myself into the man and leader that I aspire to be. Every day, kids sadly all over the nation do not get the same opportunities that I once had. They never encounter or give the Boys and Girls Club a chance to positively affect their lives. Thus, most of them never reach their full potential or what they could have been. Now, imagine myself in front of those 2 blue doors if I had said no and walked away. Thank you.